Hello and welcome to another St Andrews Wargaming Battle Report. Today we have a 2000 points match play game playing Vital Intelligence Eternal War mission, and where my Deathwatch will be taking to the field once more, playing against Mike and his Tau army. There's Mike. So this is the battlefield we're going to be running today. We'll take you through the armies, take you through the mission and deployment, and we'll come back to you in a minute with that. So here we have 2000 points of Deathwatch. This is a double battalion to give me 13 CP to start with. So for my HQ units, I have the Watchmaster, who for the relic is a bit of a change up. I'll give him the Bane Bolts of Xeria, which gives him extra damage and the chance of doing mortal wounds with his shooting attacks. For my Warlord, I have the Watch Captain with the Thunderhammer and Storm Shield. And again, to change it up a little, I've given him Castellan of the Black Vault to make his Thunderhammer damage 4. I've got another Watch Captain with a Relic Blade and Bolt Pistol. And I decided to give the Chaplain a go. Because, you know, I haven't fielded one of these in a while. The Tau don't really like close combat, so let's see if we can do some damage with the 2 attacks base of each of my veterans. And I have an Eversor Assassin. I haven't actually used the new Assassin since the White Dwarf rules came out, and they're now 2 CP with the recent FAQ, so I thought try him out, see what damage he can do. Hopefully shred a few Fire Warrior units in combat. For my troops, I have 2 units of 5 Intercessors. Again, these will benefit from the new Bolt of Discipline rules, but I don't get them with special issue ammunition anymore, so they can be some good backfield objective holders. I have 2 veteran squads. I have my standard Stormbolter veteran squad, so 8 veterans, 2 Storm Shields. I've got a Terminator with a Stormbolter and a Fist, and I've got a Vanguard veteran with a pair of Twin Lightning Claws. So this makes this unit immune to morale, gives me a 2+ save, and allows me to fall back and still shoot. I've got another unit of 10 veterans with 4 Combi Melters, a Vanguard veteran with a Storm Shield, and a Terminator again. I've got a unit of 5 veterans with 2 missile launchers and 3 Stalker Bolters, and a Terminator with a Cyclone missile launcher. Simply because I had the points left, I've got a unit of 5 veterans with a heavy bolter. This will allow me to use the Hellfire Shell stratagem, or, you know, move them up the board. I've got 5 veterans with 2 frag cannons, 3 shotguns and a Storm Shield. I've got a unit of Vanguard veterans with 3 Lightning Claws and a Hand Flamer. Again, just a nice unit I haven't used in a while, and I thought, you know, might be useful in combat against the Tau if they can ever get there. I've got a unit of 5 Bikers with the Sergeant with a Storm Shield and a Storm Bolter to give me some good firepower. I've got a Rhino with 2 Storm Bolters and a Razorback with a Twin Lascan and a Storm Bolter to give me some firepower. So with the Assassin stratagem in effect, that will give me 11 CP for the game. So I've got a good bit of firepower. Probably be deep striking in the 2 10-man units and the Watchmaster, and I've got a couple of vehicles to try and get me up the board, and a bit of anti-tank firepower and a lot of anti-infantry firepower, which apparently Mike says will be quite good against his unusual Tau list in this game. So that's the Deathwatch. We will come back to you with the Tau army that I will be facing. Here we have Mike's Tau army. As you can see, quite a infantry heavy force with a few of the big robots to worry me. So this is a double battalion. Mike, do you want to take us through what you've got?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got the 1st battalion. We have this commander. It's an Enforcer commander, and he's got 3 cyclic iron blasters and a shield generator. Not the optimum choice, but you know, thought 4+ of them would be nice. We also have one of the Fireblades in this. We'll get the Bone Jaw guy in that battalion. He's got the Pure-Tide Engram Neurochip, so that's on the 6+. I can get command points back, and it gives me a reroll for himself or a unit within 6, which is nice. We then have 2 10-man breacher squads, just as they are, and we have also a 20-man Kroot blob. These guys are not amazing, but bit of fun, you know. It's nice to see them on the table. Yes, following on, we've got an Elite's Choice Diak Grek. That's the Blackstone Fortress character. So he can infiltrate. He does a little booby trap bomb that can do mortal wounds to a unit after he arrives, and he can target characters with his rapid fire 1, strength 4, AP 0, 1 damage.
I'll be thinking, and because he's slightly, a couple of units might be saying slightly underpainted. Yeah. If he first time he misses a shot, he dies. So we'll do that.
Right, then if we go on to the 2nd battalion, we've got the man himself, Farsight. Yeah,
we were just saying before the game, we kind of want a Watch Master or Watch Captain Farsight showdown in the middle of the battlefield. We'll see if we can get that arranged.
Very cool. And then we've got another Fireblade as well. Troops options, we've got 1 squad of 10 Fire Warriors with pulse rifles, 1 squad of 8, and the Sergeant has a Markerlight, and then we've got a squad of 5 as well. Fast attack choices, we've got 10 Pathfinders. I really like Pathfinders, I think they're really cool. And we'll see, you know, what they can do in this game. We also have a squad of 8 drones, which
a lot of drones
are behind that
come into
Riptide.
play.
And then for the Elite's choices, we've got a Riptide. Now I've taken the velocity tracker and the target lock, so he can move and ignore the heavy penalty, and he gets +1 to hit versus fly. Now I'm not building my list to take on Michael's specifically. It's more of a general list, and I feel like Tau really benefit from anything that gives them a better chance of hitting their opponent.
Plus, I think we were discussing that he's not technically a vehicle.
He's not a vehicle.
So I will be wounding him on 2+ with my special issue ammo. So it's certainly not an optimal list for facing the Deathwatch, which I'm kind of glad about, because I think Deathwatch might have a tough time against Tau if you were going proper competitive Tau.
So
maybe, but we'll see how he goes.
Following on the Elite's choices, we've got 3 Crisis Suits. Yay! I love Crisis Suits. They're just not quite points worthy. These guys have 2 Cyclic Iron Blasters each, and they do have the targeting systems to make their guns AP -2, which is nice.
Oh, that'll be good.
We've got the super bulky guy you can see there. He's got the Iridium armor, so he's popping a 2+ save. And I've attached to them 6 shield drones.
Yep.
Which will be dropping in with them.
To block all my good shots.
Well, hopefully. We also have a Ghost Kill. I love Ghost Kills as well. They're super cool, great board control. Unfortunately, because you'll be wounding him on a 2+, I'm not sure how long he'll last.
He is like -2 to hit though, -2 or 3, so
-2 to hit.
he does okay.
Yeah, and then the final choice in the list is the big guys. You will notice they have heavy rail rifles, which is not the optimum choice, but I absolutely love the look of a giant gun on a giant robot. It's so cool. I
do like the aesthetic of the Tau army. It's really nice. I was just complimenting. Really nice paint job in this commander, and I love the basing. It's something I was recently more trying to focus on. In terms of relics and Tau Sept, I guess
yes. So we're Farsight Enclaves.
Which does what? Remind us what that
reroll
does.
1s to wound with shooting while we're within 6 inches of you. It's not amazing, but
I thought you were going to say fight phase there and make it one of the most useless.
They should do it for the fight phase as well. Why not?
It makes sense for Farsight.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
And relics, that's the Pure-Tide Engram.
Neurochip.
And your Warlord
is this fella. He's got the reroll 1s to wound versus vehicles and monsters.
Okay, so not the most standard Tau army, but hopefully it'll lead to a nice fun game. We've got a lot of infantry surging forward on the objectives, and a few of the nice big suits, who normally do quite well unless you're wounding them on 2s, which the majority of my army is. Unfortunately, well, Fortunately for Mike, I don't get the bolter discipline in addition to special issue ammo. I can use it, but it's instead of, which I'm a little annoyed about, but I can see why they did it. So that's the Tower Army. We'll come back to you with the objective placement and the deployment for the mission. The objectives and the armies are deployed. So this mission is one of the chapter approved 2018 called Vital Intelligence. So we have 5 objectives on the board. We have number 3 on the firebase in the centre here. Number 1 over by the tower here. And number 4 on the other flank. We have number 2 in the Deathwatch zone and number 5 over here. So the way this mission works is at the end of each battle round you score 1 point for each objective you hold. At the start of each battle round you roll a d6 and that corresponding objective number is activated. If you roll a 6 then all are activated, and the activated objective is worth 2 points as opposed to 1. So the armies are deployed. We've rolled up Spearhead Assault, so 9 inches from the centre, 6 inches from the short edges, which I would have preferred Dawn of War to get me a bit closer. Then Mike deployed first and will likely be taking first turn, perhaps. So we can see here he has the broadsides at the back of his deployment zone here with some drones hidden in these ruins. We're playing the ITC mission ruins rules where the bottom 4 blocks line of sight on the ruins. We have all his infantry fire warriors sort of holding the objective aligned in front. The Riptide in the middle, again with some drones and pathfinders behind. The Kroot forming a nice screen ready to swarm onto the objective. The commander over here and some fire warriors and the Cadra Fireblade, is it? Yep. And then the Ghost Keel deployed here, just behind this church temple. So in reply, and likely going second, I've screened most of my units out of line of sight. I have the bikes and the Rhino containing the frag team and the chaplain over here. I've got the heavy bolter kill team and the unit of intercessors in the ruins here. Unfortunately, I think the Ghost Keel is going to jump out and try and pop that Rhino, but there really was nowhere else I could put him that you would get out of line of sight. I have the Razorback behind the ruins here, and the Vanguard veterans and a unit of intercessors actually on the ground floor and hidden in these ruins, but I just couldn't physically place them easily. So most of the army's out of line of sight. I've got the missile launcher team over here. I've got one of my jump pack captains beside them to give them rerolls. The other is beside the bikers there. For reserves, I have my 2 10-man kill teams and my watch master and also my assassin in reserve. So already I'm down to 8 command points from 14 before the game's even started. And for Mike's reserves, he has the crisis suits, some drones, and the Kroot character, the Kroot sniper character. So that is the forces deployed. Mike, do you want to take first or second turn?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
It's a difficult one because of the mission.
Yeah, well, I think first turn's good because you get to fire at me, but then I'm pretty much out of line of sight with most army. Going second means you have a chance to pounce on the objectives and to grab them. Depending on how much firepower I can bring to bear on turn 1 will be interesting, see if I can do any damage to you. I'm not going to say it's likely, but we'll see.
I think I'll take turn 1.
Okay.
Main decider is that I'll get my reserves sooner than you.
That is very true.
And I'll hopefully be able to push out and screen out where you can land a little bit as well.
Yep, so all valid points, and I think for that reason I will try and seize the initiative because the fewer turns I can have your guns without my reserves coming in, I think will be better. Plus, I don't want, if this Rhino gets popped on turn 1 and these bikers, I've lost a lot of my mobility and as you say, you can screen me out. So can I seize? No, I don't. I roll a 1. So with that, I don't think I'll use prepared positions. It would be useful, but I'm running quite low on CP. I've only got 8 left, so I don't really want to waste another 2. And with no way to regenerate them during this game, because I'm trying different warlord traits. With that, we will come back with the movement phase and the psychic phase for the Tau on turn 1. Still have to do it, so you can't skip it. Just before the movement started, Mike rolled to see which objectives were going to be active, and he rolled a 6, meaning they're all worth 2 points this round, so we might see some pushing ahead for grabbing as many objectives as possible with this army. So each objective this turn is going to be worth 2 points. Movement complete for the Tau. The Kroot used their pre-game scout move to move up and then moved again to get into this central objective. The Fire Warrior squads beside them moving up to support. I think a couple of them advancing to get extra range. The Broadsides moved up with the drones. The Riptide, he was going to move up to the platform, but really doesn't have line of sight of anything, so no use there. As expected, the Ghost Kill moved round to fire on my Rhino and bikes. Just a little kindly repositioning before the game started, because I thought he was out of sight of the Riptide, but I had to move him back a little bit. And over here as well, we're playing that the bottom bit here does block line of sight, making it a bit easier, because then otherwise I don't have a lot of line of sight blocking bits. So I don't think there's going to be a huge amount of firepower on turn 1, because I've done quite well in hiding most things. But that's movement phase complete. So at the moment, the Tau are going to be sitting on the 3 objectives. We'll need to see what they'll do in the shooting phase and what I can do to reply. Start the shooting phase. Mike's going to spend a command point on the command and control node, allowing, because Farsight didn't move, he is going to give the broadside reroll to wound, which is useful because their smart missile systems do not need line of sight. So it'll only be this turn the Ghost Kill and the smart missiles firing, most likely, which can still cause a fair bit of damage. So who are we going to start with?
We'll start with the Ghost Kill
as
well. He is going to overcharge because I'm a rebel.
Oh, just a reminder before, he did spend a CP to Nova Charge the Riptide as well, to give him double shots and a 3-up invuln.
Yeah, although thinking about it, there's actually no point giving him the extra shots
because so he's not going to.
Just the invuln, I won't spend the CP.
Yeah, so he's not going to spend that in the end when we thought he could see. So we'll start with overcharging the Ghost Kill into the Rhino.
4s. Cool.
Oh.
So I will take 1 mortal wound because it's per weapon.
Yeah, so that's fine.
And I get 2 hits.
2 hits.
Strength 8.
That is 1 wound.
1 wound. It's -1 AP.
Okay. And that's saved. So not an effective round. I thought, for some reason, I thought he would destroy the Rhino. I thought he was way better.
Well, I mean, if he hits.
Yeah. And now, who are we going to go to over here?
We'll go with this guy. We're going to have a think about the targets in the ruin in front of us.
Broadsides are going to fire their smart missile systems. He's going to split fire. 1 is in range of the Vanguard veterans, so he's going to fire at them because he's afraid they'll jump up and take this objective of the Kroot, which is probably exactly what they're going to do. The other 2 don't have range, so they're going to fire at this missile launcher team over here. And presumably the Riptide's going to fire at the veterans as well. So the first one into the Vanguards?
Yeah, so the reason I've done this is because we've got velocity trackers and you fly, so we get +1.
Oh, that works out quite well. Now, so hitting on 3s, is that?
It will be 4s because it's heavy and we move.
Oh, you did move, that's right.
So 4s, that's
still
okay.
Pretty good.
And then it will be 3s.
3s to win.
5. And because of the stratagem I used, re-rolling for wins.
Yep. So that's 4 wounds at minus.
4 wounds, no AP, but it does ignore cover.
It does ignore cover, so that'll be 4 3-ups. That is 1 dies. Do you know what? I do want to keep them alive to assault the crew. And how many shots do you get with the Riptide?
It will be 8 again. This time hitting on 3s though.
Okay, so that'll be 8 again. I think I'll re-roll this one. I'll choose to re-roll this if I can keep them alive a bit longer. Does he ignore cover as well? He will ignore cover. So let's re-roll this. And that's a pass.
Okay.
So, yep, so I'm down to 7 CP.
Yep, on that note, I do have the farming CP relic.
Yep.
I've done 3 so far, so I'll just do them one at a time. So the first one, oh no, I've only spent 2 because I didn't do branch.
Yep.
So command and control node on a 6,
Nope.
And then the one you've just used, no.
Nope. Okay, so down to 11 CP for you.
12.
12 CP.
That's alright.
Oh yeah, because I used 1, you didn't use 1, and I'm down to 7. So we'll do the Riptide. Oh no, sorry. So these are the shots at the squad with the missile launchers.
Yep, so this is 5s to hit. So we don't have many.
Only 3.
Okay.
4, 3 to
3 to wound.
1 wound.
We are re-rolling.
Oh, they are, of course. They're still re-rolling.
So
3. We'll take these on the Terminator to give me my 2 up. Yep. And yeah, he's fine. So he tanks the wounds for them. And now the Riptide is going to fire into the Vanguard veterans as well.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s, but no re-rolls.
Yep.
That's a good number of hits. Hopefully you can roll
3s.
poorly again. Oh, that's 5 more wounds.
Ignoring cover, but no AP.
And I'll lose 1, so that's not bad. I started with 6 in the squad, I'm down 1, so that's actually okay. I thought that would have been worse. So I believe that's all the firing
Yeah,
for the turn.
absolutely, that is it.
So it's unusual to survive a Tau turn with only 1 casualty. But we've lost 1 Vanguard veteran, leaving me with 5. Thanks to some, we'll call it stealth rather than cowardly hiding, from the Deathwatch. And we'll see what I can do to reply. I'm going to probably have to break cover with a number of units in order to go out and grab the objectives. So the second turn with the reserves coming in could be quite punishing for Deathwatch. We'll come back to you with Deathwatch movement for turn 1. Movement phase on the left flank here. I decided, don't know whether this was foolish or not, but I disembarked the frag cans and moved up towards the ghost keel to hopefully deal with that. Moved up the bikers and the captain as well, being sure to keep 1 biker behind so that I can, in case he pops any reserves in here, he can't snipe him out. Using the Rhino to hopefully screen for these guys some shots, and I'll probably pop smoke. If I don't destroy it in the shooting phase, I could maybe assault, but we'll see what happens. He does have 2 flamers. I thought I may as well try and pop these rather than try and advance it, and hopefully I'll do okay to get to the fire wars. We'll see. Moved up 1 unit of intercessors here while the other stayed in cover on the objective. The remaining Vanguard veterans moved up to deal with the crew, as did this intercessor squad, and I moved the Razorback round to get line of sight on maybe his Razorback, not Razorback, that's my Razorback, to on his Riptide, but moving into rapid fire range of the crew here. And the missile launcher squad here moved up to get line of sight and put some firepower into this squad. So at the moment I am in range of the objective, although it's not contested because they're troops. So I'll fire my squads first. Probably going to put most of my firepower into the crew to try and deal with them, and maybe assault in and tie up the remnants. Other than that, I'll probably do these guys last with the missiles, because if I need to, I can put some frag missiles into them. I want to deal with it. So no psychic phase. At the start of my shooting phase, I'm going to put both frag cannons and all the shotguns into the ghost keel here, using the reroll to wound shells on him with the shotguns, because they don't get the poisoned ammo. So what's his toughness?
6.
6. So the frag cannons, I'm going to do the auto hit shots. That's 4d6. That's pretty good. That's 20.
-2 to hit me.
They're all hit.
Oh, right.
It's the frag cannon.
Oh, it's the frag cannon. Sorry.
It's the frag cannon. So they are auto hits. So that's 20 shots. We'll come back and see how many wounds I can do. So that was 20 hits, wounding on 4s with no rerolls. Might have been worth the stratagem here. That's not bad actually. So that looks about half. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, just under half. Oh no, there was a 4 there. 10, so that's exactly statistically. -1.
It's like 4s. It's 10 wounds, is it?
10 wounds.
Right, I'm going to roll 8 because I could put these on Jones and I don't want the ghost skill to die from this. So 4s. That's a pretty good start.
Yep.
And then the other 2. That's a cock one in there.
Yeah.
Right, it's actually only 2 wounds.
Oh, that was some good rolls there. So that's not ideal for me. After a lot of good hits, we'll do, what's its minus to hit?
2.
At this range?
If you're out of 6 inches.
I am.
Yeah.
Okay, so shotguns are hitting on 5s, we roll on 1s thanks to the captain. That is 2 hits, wounding on 5s with rerolls. That is no wounds from the shotguns. We'll do the pistol from the chaplain Insom. So hitting on 5s. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to have a think about that. I don't know if I want to waste the shots of these guys when I could potentially do the fire warriors. So I'll do my rest of my shooting and come back to you with the results. Unfortunately, some really good armor save rolls meant that I'd only killed, doing a couple of wounds on this one. I really thought it would be dead. We'll see what happens now. So over here, the ghost kill is on 7 wounds. We forgot he took a mortal wound earlier, so he's down to 7. The Rhino put his shots in, did 3 wounds but no damage. My bikers, because they're hitting in 5s, I decided not to waste them. So I fired my Bolter Discipline to get double the number of shots into the squad here, hoping to clear them off that objective. However, after some horrendous rolls for me, I only killed 4. I think I rolled 24 shots, I rolled like 10 2s or something, so I actually did okay to kill a few, but unfortunately that's not the case. Over here, I was just debating whether or not to put these intercessors into the squad here. If I can kill them off, I stop him scoring that objective, but it's going to be tricky, or else I need to kill this Kroot unit, else I can just put all my firepower into the Kroot to grab, because I need to kill them to grab this objective. What I think I'll do is I'll fire the other units at the Kroot first to see how much damage I do, and then I can come back to these guys, because if I can kill these 4, which, to be honest, I'm only going to get 4 shots, so I'd have to be lucky, or else hope they fail the morale.
Yeah.
To clear them off the object. So if I can clear the Kroot and clear this unit, that will give me, what, 6 points to your 2 in addition to first strike, if I can get that. So that would give me a nice lead for coming in with the other reserves. So I'll probably do my intercessors, my unit here, and I'll probably go ahead and do some frag shots from the squad here into the Kroot to try and take them out, and we'll see how many are left alive and whether or not I want to commit the intercessors here to doing so. Some firepower coming in against the Kroot. The missile launchers, so the Cyclone missile and the 2 missile launchers fired frag, and I fired Hellfire shells with my Stalker Bolters because they've already got the -1. Some pretty poor rolling for the missile launchers and the shots. So only 6 crit die, and that's including the firepower of the Storm Bolter from the Razorback. So only 6 crit dead at the moment. The las cannons fired into the broadsides, hitting and doing a wound, but it was passed on to a drone, which then made it save to deny that. So I think this is a dead Razorback, having done nothing. I'm going to do the firepower from these guys first. I was really hoping a few more would be dead, and I could focus my firepower elsewhere. But we'll do 1 frag grenade, 1 hand flamer, and 1 bolter. Let's use the vengeance round so you don't get a save from it. So we'll do the bolter to start with. He hits 3 to kill, he kills 1. And if I could keep rolling 6s like that for the grenade and for the flamer. So the hand flamer gets 2 shots, that's hubris. Force to wound does nothing. Grenade, we get 6 shots. Hitting on 3s. That's pretty good. Wounding on 4s. That is 2 wounds into the crit. Oh no, rerolls to 1, sorry, because of my mission tactics. That is 4 wounds into the crit. So that is another 2 dead. That Vanguard Veteran Squad has pretty much equalled the firepower of 4 missile launchers. So that takes us down to 10 crew have been slain?
9.
9 crew. So my question is, can these Vanguard Veterans take out 9 warriors in combat? I'm not entirely sure, so we'll probably put these intercessors into the crew as well. Hoping we can do some more damage. So I've only got a couple to finish off in case I fluff my assault rolls or fluff my attacks. And then this unit we can see who they'll be able to fire at as well. So I'll finish off my shooting phase, then hopefully come back to you with some charges if they're necessary. Both squads' intercessors fired into the crew. As a continuing theme, some terrible rolling from these intercessors. I think I used the 2+ shells, so I was wounding on 2, rerolling 1s. 10 shots, I think I got 6 hits, 4 wounds, I rolled 2 1s and I both rerolled them as 1s. So, but 4 crit did die. This squad did a lot better, using the Kraken bolts to get the front 3 in rapid fire range. To go to AP -2 and killing 5, so leaving 3 remaining. With that, we will do the charges. So the Vanguard Veterans are going to charge into the crew here, and we will see what's in range.
Right, okay, so I have been sneaky. There is a little crew down here, and he is in Overwatch, so supporting fire from the Riptide. Squad down here can't see you.
Nope.
But the Riptide can. And
yeah, so the Riptide is going to fire his Overwatch. Luckily not hitting on 5s in Overwatch. So this could be nasty, but we'll hopefully be able to survive this.
So this will be the smart missile systems. So 6s.
1.
Only 1, and then 3s.
Oh, yeah, we'll give that. 3 up save. Yeah, he's good.
Then the big gun is only 12, because I didn't overcharge it.
Yep. What a shame.
Oh,
but that is 6. 5 hits. Oh, that is not good.
Strength 6.
So wounding on 3s, that's better.
It's -1, but it doesn't ignore cover.
It doesn't ignore cover, so it's still a 3+ save for me. 1 dies. That's could have gone better, but could have gone worse as well. So I'll remove 1 with the chainsword. My charge distance is 9. That's enough to get in. So we'll move them in a moment. Over here, we're going to put the Rhino into the Ghost Queue.
Okay.
To start with.
I have forgotten the crew as well, because they get to shoot.
Oh yeah, the crew get to shoot as well, so we'll do that.
First.
Foolishly forgot about that. We'll do the crew now.
Yeah, crew now. I think we've got 2 that can see.
Yep, so 4 shots.
4 shots. 1 hit. 1 wound.
Was that strength 4?
Yeah, strength 4.
So 2 up. Yeah, he's good. So 4 will survive. Hopefully those 4 can take
3 crew.
3 crew with rending with lightning claws. We'll see though. The way my rolling's been going, we shall see. So the Rhino is going to charge into the Ghost Keel to soak up some firepower. Then I'll hopefully be able to put the Chaplain and the Veterans in to try and finish it off.
So Flamer?
Maybe.
7.
7 shots. 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Any minuses on this, or is it just a Flamer? No AP. He takes both, which, as I say, that's how it's been going. His charge range is...
I do have the other gun, but...
okay, other gun. Save there.
I will overcharge this, I would have done it anyway.
Okay, let's see if we can plink another couple of wins off him.
So
yes, we can, all 3 ones. So he's down to 6 wins. Oh,
no hits.
Do you want to just remove him now?
I think I'll live.
Give it a go. With no hits, so
No hits,
my
so-
charge distance is 9. That's enough to get in. So with that, I'm going to attempt to charge the Chaplain in as well. He's got a bit of a higher strength weapon. 3's not enough. Let's CP this one. Let's spend my CP. 7's probably going to be enough to get him in. We'll double check that. And do you want to roll to see if you get it back?
Yeah.
Pure tide engram, which you don't. And the Veterans are going to go in as well. We'll do the Veterans, we'll do the Bikers, see if they get in as well. And I'll move my Chargers and come back to you with the fight phase. Charge is complete, the Rhino got in, the Veterans rolled a great 12-inch charge, so they got round. The Watch Captain needed an 11 and I rolled a 10, frustratingly. Lots of measuring, just could not get him in. The Bikers also managed to charge as well. Getting in, hopefully just sheer volume of attacks, I can do some damage to this Ghost Keel and finish it off. Mike's decided to use one of the seldom used stratagems, which is the repulsor impact field. So after a successful charge, roll a dice from each model in the enemy unit. So which unit are you going to select?
It'll be for these guys.
It'll be for the Veterans. So on a roll of a 6, they suffer a mortal wound. And that's nothing. So that's 1 command point spent.
Or is it?
Or is it? Yep. It is. Yeah, that was spent. So we'll do the fight phase. I think we'll probably start with the Vanguard Veterans, just in case you choose to interrupt. You could kill a few. So with the Vanguard Veterans, we're going to be... The Sergeant has a pair of lightning claws, so we're going to be getting 10 attacks. Let's use the pretty red dice for the blood that's about to be spilled. These are going to be hitting on 3s against the crit. That's pretty good. Wounding on 3s, I presume, your toughness 3?
Yep.
Wounding on 3s with full rerolls. And that's the crit are dead.
Blech.
And that gives me first strike, and it also allows me to claim this objective. Question is, do I want to try and tag?
Don't think you.
I don't think I can. I don't think I have the move available to tag them. So, are you wanting to spend points to interrupt?
No.
No. So, we will start. We'll do these attacks here off camera, and we'll come back to you with hopefully a dead Ghost Keel, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, I'll need to actually look up what Crozius Arcanum does, because it's been a while since I've used the Chaplain in the game, I must say. We will see what he can do. Combat with the Ghost Keel over here. The Chaplain managed to put a couple of wounds on him, one of which was saved by the armour. One got through for 2 damage. Tried to pass it on to the drone, but could not. Failed the roll. The toughness 5 or 6, is it? 6 was hurting here. So I got a lot of attacks with rerolls. So I think just about all my attacks hit with the Veterans. Managed to take the Ghost Keel down to 2 wounds and kill off one of the drones here. But unfortunately didn't kill it. I think I really needed this Captain to get in. But I mean, it was an 11-inch charge and it was going to be lucky anyway. So at the end of Battle Room 1, annoyingly, I was hoping to kill that, consolidate a couple of my units into cover to save them from the Fire Warriors. We need a morale test for the squad here.
Yeah, they've lost 4. Their leadership's 7.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to bother spending CP because they should be okay.
Okay. So here's we roll a 6 and the squad is gone. No, 1. They're fine. Oh no, 6 is bonding knives. So you would have passed anyway. So annoyingly.
I also have to do one for this Joan.
Oh, okay.
They're only leadership 6, and I have lost 1.
You have lost 1.
So 6, he'll run away.
He does not.
I like this dice.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Well, it's my dice, so they're used to rolling 1s. Apart from when my morale test, the amount of double 6s I've rolled on Marine morale test is insane. My Vanguard veterans only lost 1 this turn, so they will pass. With that, at the end of the turn, you currently hold 2 objectives to give you 4 points. I hold 3 objectives to give me 6 points, along with first strike, making it 7 points to the Deathwatch, 4 points to the Tau. I think we're just going to skip the Tau second turn. You don't really need a shooting phase.
Right.
Okay, so Deathwatch turn 2. Unfortunately, that is not an accurate event. So we'll see what I can do. We'll come back to you. Before we do the Tau movement, let's see what the active objective is going to be for this turn.
Got another 6.
Nope. Objective 1, which is over here. So in all likelihood you're going to be getting this one this turn, but that's okay. Let's see how many of my units can survive this Tau phase with some reprisal. Your Ghost Killer annoyingly has fly. Yeah, so he's going to be able to fall back and fire, though he's degraded. I'm more concerned about getting shot up by these guys, which is going to be super fun. But hey, at least I'm a lot closer to you than I thought I was going to be.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Annoyingly had the Smash Captain gone in. Oh, it's so frustrating to roll a 10. And we measured, we tried. Had I not put the Rhino in first, he would have made it. But to get round the Rhino into this gap here, he did need an 11. So, but I wanted to soak up the Overwatch fire. Yeah. Although I probably should have just put the Chaplain in. Had I known, in hindsight, had I known I was going to roll that well, I would have just gone in with the Captain. And I think killing that would have been better than, soaking up the Overwatch fire. But we'll see. At the moment, I'm currently leading 7-4. So if Mike just wants to concede now, going into turn 2.
I mean, it's tempting.
No, I think this is going to be a brutal turn. We'll see what I can do and what survives. We'll come back to you with movement phase for the Tau on turn 2. Started turn 2. Before he moved, Farsight used his Kion ability when he was back here beside the Riptides and the Broadsides. So this means if a unit doesn't move, they get full rerolls to hit. You sure you want to do that? I don't think.
Well,
it's only once per game, and I do have a few more. I have at least another 10 models to come in. So what happened was Farsight moved up here to charge the Vanguard veterans, I believe, foolishly, because they have a hand flamer in this unit, so beware the power of the hand flamer. The marksmen here, or the fire warriors, moved up here. The breachers advancing towards my intercessors, joined by one of the commanders. Over here, the other breacher team advanced along with these drones. Back here, the warriors moved down to put their rapid fire shots into my veterans after the Ghost Keel fell back. Mike using the toxic stimulant injector to use the full profile on here, and the breached Nova charge on the Riptide to give him give him 3 up invulnerable save and double shots. He then dropped in his reserve, the Crypt guy, deploying over here, and these crisis suits coming over beside my missile launcher team. I was just deciding whether I want to spend the points on Auspex Scan to fire at these guys. Probably all that will happen is I'll remove the drones, but do you know what? It's probably worth it. I can at least try and take them on next time, because otherwise I think this unit's pretty much dead. So if I can take out at least some of the drones, maybe some reprisal firepower down the line, we'll take them out. So I'm down to 4 CP. As I was saying earlier to Mike, I don't have too many stratagems worth using. My +1 to wound stratagems are good, but because I'm wounding most of you on a 2+ anyway, it really doesn't do much for me. So I think I'll probably spend those 2 CP at the moment. We will start with the bolter rounds. Let's do the wounding on a 2+ stalker bolter rounds. Because if I can clear some drones with them first, then my missile launchers will maybe do some damage. So hitting on 4s with Auspex Scan. These are the stalker bolters to start with. Rerolling 1s because I've got the captain under there. Wounding on 2s. These aren't troops. No, so no reroll. So wounding on 2s. That is, oh, terrible. That's 2 at -1.
Okay, so it'll be the 4 up in one.
No, they failed both of them.
And then the 5 up Filter Pain.
1.
1 drops.
1 drone drops. Do you not need to roll to pass them on to the drones?
Oh, were you shooting these guys?
Yeah, sorry, I was shooting
I
the
do
broadsides.
apologise.
That's why I was doing the wounding on 2 shells.
Yeah.
That's fine, we can...
Should we roll it again?
Yeah, let's roll it again. So -1 to your save, which takes you to 4, is it? Or
Yeah,
3?
in this case, because they're not missile launchers, I'm going to take them on the tank with the 2 up save.
That's fine.
So 3s.
No, he fails 1.
Goes 3.
Okay.
So it takes a win.
And the stalker bolter. Oh, no hits with the storm bolter. That is terrible rolling. This was a complete waste, I think, unless I can get all my hits. So 4 crack missiles going in. That's 4 hits. That's a bit better. 3s to wound, or toughness.
3s, toughness 5.
Toughness 5. So 3s to wound with these. That is 4 wounds.
Okay, so these
Slightly better.
We'll pass on to the drones. Oh,
Oh
dear.
wow! He fails 3 of them.
I'll spend a command point.
Yep. Reroll 1 of them.
1.
Yep. So 2 go on to the drones.
Yeah.
These do I roll for damage?
5s to save.
Nope.
2 drones are dead. Now these, it's -2, isn't it? The crack missile.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot you haven't rolled your saves.
Have to go
You
on
have
this guy.
Oh damn! I thought they were going through already. I forgot you've got saves to roll.
So this is a 4 up.
Yeah. 1 goes
1
through.
goes through.
How many wins has he got left?
2 left.
2 left.
Roll a 1, please.
No, 2. That's enough to kill him. So that wasn't too bad actually. I took out how many drones?
2.
2 drones and 1 suit.
Yeah.
Overall, despite the terrible bolter rolls, I think that was worth it.
Yeah.
I think that was definitely worth it. So, with that done, do you want to move on to your psychic phase? Done.
Not quite yet.
Nope.
He's going to booby trap someone.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's got some abilities.
But I haven't decided who to do yet.
Okay, we'll see. What does the booby trap do?
It's D3 mortal wounds on a 4+.
Okay, so he's going to select 1 unit, and we will come back and see who is the lucky... do they have to be in terrain? No restrictions. Okay, we'll come back and see. But overall, actually, not a bad use to Auspex Scan. I would have liked to have taken out a couple of more drones, but I mean, I can't argue with 3 1s for passing on the drone ability. And 1 suit dead, so that's cut his firepower down by a 1/3. Mike has decided to select this unit, which just took out one of his crisis suits. Just as a note, we have been rolling for the Pure Tide engram chips each time we use a stratagem. It's just he hasn't got any back yet, so we haven't been forgetting it. We have been rolling. It's just been very unlucky, which I think is... So he's decided to booby trap this squad. So on a 4+, they take D3 mortal wounds. They do, and here's the big 3 coming up. No, two mortal wounds. Let's kill. Do I want to take the Terminator? What's the AP on their weapons?
-2.
No, I probably want to. Do they ignore cover?
No, but there is a stratagem I can play.
Okay, so what I'll do then is I'll take 2 stalkers just in case my unit survives. I can try and tank some shots with the Terminator. So that is the end of the movement phase for the Tau. We think we'll take a little break for lunch now, but when we come back it'll be the Tau shooting phase and me packing away most of my army. So we'll see how we get on. Although he's not going to shoot the Vanguard veterans, I predict, because he wants to charge them. Because why not with Farsight? Although my commander's got a fair way to go to get a nice central showdown with Farsight. I think we might play a special battle report stratagem that allows him to move 36 inches in a single turn to get him up to the field here. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase for the Tau on turn 2, which could be pretty brutal. At the start of this Tau shooting phase, these crisis suits are going to go for some retribution against the veterans here. He decided to use this Farsight Enclave stratagem, drop zone clear, giving them +1 to hit. He did roll a 6, first 6 of the game for his Pure Tide engram chips. So these guys are getting +1 to hit, firing into my veterans over here. So this could be nasty. What's firing first?
Well, I've just realised I haven't done my marker lights, and I should really do them first.
That's fine, yep, we can go back and do them.
So I should probably do them first.
No problem.
So we're going to run this guy's marker light, we're going to fire it at them first.
Yep, so that marker light going into the veterans, hitting on a 2, is it?
There we go.
So that's one marker light on them.
Then I'm going to leave it at that for the marker lights, and we'll go straight back to these guys.
Right. So I'm not going to play my stratagem. Don't think it's worth. I think they're dead anyway, so I don't think it's worth it on that. So for those that you don't know, Deathwatch have a stratagem targeting scramblers, which can remove all marker lights in a unit after they've fired at them. So I'm not going to spend that. I'll maybe save it, see if it's worth keeping elsewhere.
Right.
So one marker light gives you reroll of 1s to hit. So these will be hitting on a 2+, I assume.
Yep. 3+, so 4+ normally.
Oh, 4+ normally, so I'm forgetting Tower plus, let's go. 4 up. 3 up would be ridiculous, I think, on
it would.
As base. So, colour coded, or are these?
No, all the same shots.
Nope.
There's 6 shots each. We're going to overcharge. These will be strength 8, -2 D3 damage each.
No problems at all.
You're probably very glad you managed to kill one.
So lots of 2s we're looking for.
Yeah, well, hopefully not.
2 so far, and rerolls of 3 2s and rerolls of 1s.
I roll different dice.
Yeah, you're one of them, are you?
I'm one of them. There you go. It was worth it, wasn't it?
Okay, so they all hit. Strength
8.
So 2s to wound. Okay, not terrible, but not amazing either.
7 -2.
7 at -2 doesn't ignore cover. If I start taking these on my Terminator, that is 3 up save. If my calculations are right, that's a 3 up save. So D3 damage. Let's start taking these on the Terminator. Is that all they're shooting?
Yeah.
They don't have anything else. Okay, so we'll start taking these on the Terminator. That is 1 save. That is 2 saved. That is 3 saved. 4 saved. 5 saved. That goes through. Do I want to CP that? Well, I'll roll the last one first. That is saved as well, and this is D3 damage. Do you know what? Let's CP that, if I can keep him alive. I do, so I'm down to 3 CP, and he tanks all the shots from the crisis suit. Do you get the stratagem?
I can't roll again because.
Oh yeah, you already got one. So yep, as per the new, well, not the new FAQ rules, but the finalised. So crisis suits bouncing off, but I've used my last CP reroll. Oh no, sorry, my last one for this phase, at least. But that's not too bad. Although I think there's a bit more firepower could be coming in at them.
Yeah. So
we'll see what else the Tau decide to fire at and what troops I have left. So Pretty good rolling there for the Deathwatch. Sort of was fully expecting them to be dead from this, but at least you're going to have to waste another unit firing at them, so that might help out against some of my other forces coming in. Rest of the Markalites, we've got one from the what's he called? Fireblade going into the veterans here. So hitting on a 3, he moved.
That's right.
He fails. Do you want to reroll that?
I haven't used a command point.
You haven't so far?
I will in this case.
We're going to reroll on that. And it hits. Pathfinder's here. We're going to split the fire. We're going to put 5 Markalites into the intercessors here. We're going to put 5 Markalites into the bikers here. So who's going first?
We're doing to the bikers first.
Into the bikers first.
6/4s. We are re-rolling because of Cao Yun.
Oh yes, he does get his re-rolls, so he's hitting on 4s. That is 3 hits.
3 hits.
Yeah, this unit is already specified, you've got no more. I am going to spend my stratagem targeting scramblers, so I'm going to remove all the Markalites from this biker squad. I think if I can keep them alive, they have some good movement, they can at least threaten better than some other squads, so that's what we're going to do. And the other 5 going into the intercessors. Only 1, but 1's all you really need. That's 2. 2's okay, I think. What does first one's reroll 1s, the second one
is Seeker Missiles, which I don't have.
Okay, so you only really need the 1. But I am now down to 2 CP, which I really don't. I think I'll probably save for some charges in my next turn. But okay, so I think that was a useful, because if the least damage you can do on the bikers, I think if I've got a chance of surviving with them, they can actually put out a lot of firepower and have some good mobility for grabbing objectives. So we'll do the rest of the shooting phase and we'll show you what I have left remaining at the end of that. Shooting phase continues. The Ghost Keel is going to fire his main gun, the Cyclic Ion Blaster. Breaker into the bikers, and the flamers are going to go into the veterans here. He is going to overcharge again. He's only got 2 wounds left. As we were saying, if it was a mortal wound per 1 rolled, he would be dead because you've rolled 6 1s to hit so far with him. So we are overcharging because he really doesn't like his Ghost Kill and wants him to die. So hitting on 4s. Hey, he doesn't actually do hurt himself this time. Strength 8, so wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds.
Right. Now I can reroll 1s because of my Farsight Enclave's ability.
Yes, you are within range. So that's -1. -1. Let's take these on regular bikers. I'm going to stave my Storm Shield just in case I need it later on. And the Stormbolter shots are my Sergeant, so I'm not going to risk it. So that's 4s. Oh, that is a horrendous roll. That is 2 bikers die.
It's D3 each, I'm afraid.
Oh, it's D3 each? Oh, in which case I probably should have taken the Storm Shield, but oh well. It's 4, first one. Kills a biker, second one. Kills a biker, third one. Kills the third biker, so 3 bikers die to that. Ouch. That
was lucky from me.
Yeah, that was unfortunate saves from me as well. That's pretty horrendous. And we'll do the 2 flamers into the veterans here. For 3 hits. I'm not don't complain. After that roll, do not complain about 3 hits.
There's 4s, rerolling 1s. It's just 1 wound.
Just 1 wound. And you do have a stack of fire warriors over here, I'm sure, to finish the job. Yeah, I'm saved. That's fine. But, ow, that hurt. I was really hoping those bikes would survive a bit longer to do something, but we'll see what if he decides to finish them off or go for the veterans. Or leave the veterans alone and let me frag cannon your lovely fire warrior squads, which would be super polite of you, but I don't see happening.
No, we are going to take the fire warriors into those vets.
Okay.
And if you remember, we managed to get the Markalite off from them.
We do have 1 Markalite, so we'll be doing rerolls of 1 to it, so we'll come back and see how many veterans survive. Rest of the shooting on this flank, the Fire Warriors targeted the veterans, managing one squad managing to kill 2, the second squad only killed 1. I decided to take a frag cannon because I thought it would be better to keep the Storm Shield to frustrate a couple of hits. The commander over here fired everything into the intercessors, overcharging and taking a mortal wound himself. Only managing though to get 2 wounds through killing 1 and only doing a single wound on the other after some rolling. The Breacher team here are going to use a stratagem called Breach and Clear. Because I'm in cover, he gets reroll failed wound rolls. They did advance so they are hitting on 5s, but re-rolling 1s thanks to the marker lights. So this could be nasty, but potentially.
Depends how many I hit.
Yeah. I mean, that was poor placement. We'd probably just get rid of this crater. I don't think it's really needed. But actually, he's getting some pretty good.
I can't reroll that one.
And one to reroll. As firing goes, that's like as if you didn't even have -1. That's pretty good. Wounding on 3s?
4s.
Or 4s.
Yeah, because of the range, it's only strength 4.
And that was a good choice of stratagem to play.
Reroll it,
It must be said.
5.
5. Any EP?
No AP.
Did I get cover?
You will, yeah.
So 2 ups. 1 fails. Luckily I do have cover, because otherwise that was right. So I do lose 1 more of the squad here, taking me down to 3. And we'll see what other firepower. You want to end it there?
No.
With less than half your army fire? Or not about half. So far, not terrible. The loss of the bikers were bad, but we'll see what else happens.
We spend a CP.
Farsight to use another stratagem.
Command and control nodes.
Yep, so if he doesn't shoot, the Riptide gets to reroll failed wounds. This squad of Fire Warriors here fired through at my intercessors, and as you can see, despite getting quite a lot of wounds, you got like 12 wounds or something, I only failed a single save.
Yep.
So this squad's doing okay. First up, we're going to fire the broadsides, we're going to fire their rail rifles into my tank Terminators over here, and your smart missiles
into the intercessor.
He's trying to kill this unit because otherwise I'll probably move up and grab this objective in my turn. So he's trying to take them out, unless I drive a Rhino up there, which I don't think I'm allowed to do under the rules. And I won't really have anything else that can get in there. My reserves won't be able to get in. So first is the rail rifles into the veterans, hitting on 4s.
Yep, hitting on 4s.
Rerolling everything because you carry on just as well. Yeah, you're super stat. I hope these all fail as well.
Oh, was that not worth it?
That's 4.
2s.
2s to wound. That's 3. AP minus
4.
AP minus 4. Single damage or
D6 damage.
D6 damage.
Were
So
any 6s with it?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
But we may be wrong. I'm going to say there weren't. Let's say there weren't. So AP minus 4. If I take them on my Terminator, they're a 5 up in Vun anyway. So I mean, other than that, I'm getting a 6 up. So may as well take them on the Terminator till he dies. First one, no, fails. So on a 2+, he's dead. He's dead. And then 3 more 6 ups. If I get lucky, I might survive 1. No, the squad is wiped. That's all 4. So the broadsides there showing the crisis suits how it's done, how it's shoot properly. And the smart missile systems will now go from the broadsides into the intercessors, hoping to see if he can do just as well as the Fire Warriors and do a single wound on them. We shall see. Really, it would be nice to have them in cover to get 2 ups, but oh no, they ignore cover.
These will, yeah.
So it doesn't matter. So hitting on 4s with full rerolls, which is very nasty. Although, as I say, your shooting phase has not been phenomenal.
No.
So far, you've been quite unlucky. Apart from my luck with the bikers, it's sort of swung round. Your shooting phase has not been amazing. Wounding on 4s?
3s.
3s, sorry. Strength 5. Oh, this is where it could get nasty. And another 2 there. So that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 wounds. I mean, I tanked this with the other squad. Let's see if I can do as well this time. No, that's 1 dead, 2 dead, 3 dead. So 3 dead in total.
Squad, oh,
No, you're looking at the wrong squad. No, your fire warriors, you know, fluffed, and I only did a single wound. So finally, I believe we have the Riptide.
Yeah, the Riptide. This is a tough one. So I'm going to do the smart missiles at the frag cannon unit that survived.
Yep, because if they survive, you can pretty much kiss goodbye to one of those units of fire warriors, so they have to die.
And then the main cannon. I can't see the intercessors over it.
Oh, okay, so they will survive.
Those intercessors.
Yeah, so the main cannon is double shooting because you overcharged.
Yep.
So we'll count them up and we'll see what damage you can do. Final bit of shooting for the Tau. The Riptide fired his smart missiles over here, causing 5 wounds on the veterans, and I failed 2 saves, so it was enough to kill them. His rail rifle, he used, before firing, he used multi-spectrum sensor suite to ignore my cover save, taking these guys up to 4 up from his main weapon, and 2 damage each, and he did 10 wounds, and unsurprisingly I failed at least 3 saves. I think I failed 6 in total, killing that squad as well. So looking a bit thin on the ground. Assaults, we're actually going to have a Tau assault phase, it looks like. Farsight is going to go into the veterans, so we will do the devastating heavy flamer. Oh, sorry, hand flamer. Wish it was a heavy flamer. Hand flamer getting 6 shots. I assume your toughness at least 4 or better. It's D6, yeah, they FAQ'd it to D6. Your toughness? 5. So we will be wounding on 5s. That is 2 though, no minuses, enough to get through. No, he takes both. Nice. As I said, the deadly hand flamer of deadliness. And we'll put a crack grenade into him as well.
Okay.
We may as well. Can I get a 6? No, I can't. And a bolt pistol, 2 up shells. Doesn't matter, I don't hit. So actually taking 2 wounds from Farsight, leaving him on...
I think 3. You might have 6.
So I think your jump pack, but you don't ignore, because this is a building, you don't ignore, so you need a 3, I believe. Double 1 coming up. 5's enough.
Yeah.
5's enough, just put him there, I guess. Thanks to wobbly model, you'll be able to consolidate into range anyway.
Stay.
Yeah, so can't interrupt. Would dearly love to interrupt.
I am going to charge over here.
You cannot, you fell back.
You're right.
You fell back, so the Ghost Kill cannot charge. Because he's cowardly and falling back. So we'll go straight into combat then. I'm hoping, really wishing I'd put a Storm Shield on anyone in this unit.
Probably wouldn't charge you if you had.
Yeah, well I've got, to be honest, I've got a box full of Deathwatch Storm Shields that I really need to paint up. Because, and add to some of my veterans, because for 2 points a model, I think I only, when they were back to like 15 or 5 points, I only have about 4 or 5 spread around the army. I need a lot more now. I think I will be adding quite a few once my Gene Stealer cults are down out of the way. So how many attacks does Farsight get?
So I did just check his wounds. He's got 4 left.
He's got 4 left, that's fine.
4 attacks.
With the unprecedented Tau fight phase continuing.
He hits on 2s.
Okay. Does he get rerolls?
He gets reroll 1s.
That's fine. He doesn't need them.
He's strength 8.
So he's wounding on 2s at minus...
-4.
Oh!
Because it's -4,
damn.
I'm going to command point that 1.
Yeah, so I've got 4 left.
The unit.
And he does, so the unit is wiped. That is, annoyingly, had a few survived. Oh, sorry. I might have done some damage to him. But yeah, that was a good play. He's consolidating towards the objective, so he's currently holding it. In terms of morale, I lost 3 in this unit. So I can fail on a 6. Nope. They pass. I don't think anyone else is left alive. Oh no, the bikers are. The bikers can also lost 3. No, a 5 passes. Yeah, leadership 8 on the sergeant. Or 9, I believe, on the 9 on the Deathwatch veterans. So we don't score any points just now. He is currently holding 3 objectives, but I wouldn't count on that for long. I'm hoping, at least. Not as brutal a turn as I would have expected, in all honesty. You did wipe out 4 whole units, I'll say, but I still have my reserves to come in. I still have a decent bit of ability over here. I can grab this objective from Farsight. I will be able to, if I advance my veterans. I think I need a 1-inch advance to get up to that platform, so I'm going to make it up. Ensuring that I stay out of range so he can't pile in or heroically intervene. And I've got a few more units kicking about. I can hopefully... We'll need to have a good think about my reserves are coming in. I'll need to commit them all. Because, yeah, I'm definitely going to need to pull back some points, because you could have another good ton of shooting and I could be in trouble here. So we'll come back with the movement and the reserves for the Deathwatch on turn 2 for me. Remembering that objective 1 is the activated one over here. So if I can take this from him, that would be rather nice. We'll come back and see what I decide to do. Turn 2 movement phase for the Deathwatch. My captain moved up to take on this Ghost Keel. The Rhino moving beside him to soak up the Overwatch fire and hopefully finish off that drone so he can't pass any wounds off. Bikers and Chaplain moving up to take on these warriors and steal this objective. I moved up my unit here, didn't actually need to advance, so I can put a couple of shots into Farsight. My Razorback moved over to secure this objective, while my Watch Captain moved up to try and take these guys on in combat. Bringing in my reserves, I brought in my Assassin over here. Thought I might be able to sneak onto this objective, but he blocked me off out of range here. However, 9-inch charge into the drones on 3d6. And if I declare his character here, that is, he is 15 inches away, so I could potentially get a charge at him, or I've got the stratagem that allows me to attack again for, I've got 2 CP remaining, so I can potentially attack him with the 2 CP, and if I can kill him, that gets me that 2-point objective, and if I roll high enough on the charge and kill him, I can use my stratagem to allow him to get command points. To be honest, I probably declare a charge on the broadsides as well, because they're going to be overwatching me anyway.
Then the Riptide would overwatch you as well.
Oh, that's true, so that's probably not a good idea. I thought if I could... It seems a waste of his potential, but I guess with, you know, it's getting me 2 points. Could swing the game. I'm sure to be getting a few objectives. Brought in my Watchmaster and my veterans here, figuring I can maybe split my fire, because that always works well. Hopefully do some damage to the Breacher team, maybe take out some of these drones to allow either my Razorback or my Captain to take them out in combat. Maybe the las guns, or las cannons I should say, not las guns. My other squad, I debated where to bring them in or save them from a turn. I figure I kind of have to commit my forces now on turn 2. So I brought them in here. That means my 4 combi melters can fire at Farsight. Is in range. The rest can shoot at these breachers and try and do some damage there to rinse them. I have the squad back in cover here, still holding this objective. So I should get at least 3 objectives this turn. No, 4, sorry. I should get at least 4, assuming my squads over here can actually take out these fire warriors. And if I get lucky with my assassin, I can go in here and get all 5, which would be a nice, put me ahead a fair bit in scoring, and could potentially do some damage here, so I can rack up the points before the reprisal fire comes in, which is likely to be expected. So that's the end of my movement phase. We will do some shooting with my units here, and we'll come back to you and see what I decide to do. Starting my shooting phase, Mike played Neuroweb Jammer System from this commander here into my squad of veterans, so they will be at -1 to hit, hoping to help save either Farsight or some of these Fire Warriors or Breachers over here. Shooting phase, I will start with my Assassin, putting his pistol into the Breacher team here. So 4 shots hitting on 2s. Yep, I'll hit. Wounding on 3s, but getting to reroll to wound against infantry. Just as well. Oh, come on! 1... Oh, my rolling's been like this the whole game. 1 wound. And it's saved. On a 6, it's -1 AP. Well done, Assassin. That was super helpful for you. What's the toughness of a drone?
4.
Oh, do I want to do a grenade? Yeah, let's put a frag grenade into your drones. From the commander here, he gets 1 shot, which he hits with, and he fails to wound. We'll do the Stormbolter shots from over the Rhino. Try and take out a few of these drones before I put the firepower into the crisis suits here. We'll try and do some firepower. So I'm going to decide if I want to split my fire here, or I wish to put everything into Breachers, seeing as that pistol did nothing at all. Should have at least killed a couple of them. We'll do that shooting and come back to you. Veterans here are going to fire. I've decided to put 2 Stormbolter shells into the drones, see if I can whittle a couple down before this Razorback fires. And I'm going to put the remaining shots into the Breachers here. So that is, I'm going to use the Kraken bolts to reduce their save by 1. To give them a 5-up armor save. So I don't think I need the wounding on 2 shells. I don't, because I'm re-rolling 1s to wound their troops, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm re-rolling 1. So we'll put the 8 shots into the drones to start with. So hitting on 3s with re-rolling everything, thanks to the Watchmaster. Yeah, I figured if I take out some of these drones, the las cannons or the Bane bolts on the commander can possibly do some damage. So that's all hit, wounding on 4s, because drones are toughness 4 for some reason, but they're not troops, so I don't get rerolls here. And that's everything, wow! That's pretty good, so that's 8 wounds on the drones. This might be enough to finish them off. AP -1.
4 plus invuln.
4 plus invuln, so he fails. So. Yeah, he fails only 2.
5 up.
And he ignores 1, bloody hell, that was... for great rolling on both sides. So that is not what I was looking for. So the rest of the firepower managed to kill off the Breachers here. I'll now fire the Rhino, unfortunately, after some amazing saves with the drones. I will fire the Rhino at the crisis suits because that way I get in rapid fire range. Otherwise I'm only getting 2 shots and I'm winning on 4, so I'd rather have the more shots. So, and the las cannons into them as well. So hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s. That's 2 wins on the crisis suits.
Yep, I'll take it on the crisis suits.
Yep, he's good. And the 2 las cannons, 1 hit. 1 wound. Pass this on to a drone, I presume.
Yes.
He does.
On a 5 up.
These drones are starting to get on my nerves, in all honesty. My plan was to put my Watchmaster into them as well. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'll maybe aim into the suits, perhaps. 'Cause, oh, these stupid drones have basically blocked everything. So that's going to be trouble, because if I charge him in, even if I'm doing wounds, he'll just pass them on to the drones. That was way too good rolling. So we'll do the rest of my shooting phase, which frankly could have been a lot better at this point. We're going to move over to this other side of the battlefield now. If this drone survives, I'm going to be raging. So we're going to put a crack grenade from my captain into the drone. Hoping to finish this off before I can charge in with the ghost kill.
It is -1 to hit.
It is -1 to hit, so hitting on 3s. Okay, few bleeps there for the next. Okay, we'll put a crack grenade from the chaplain into the drone, hitting on a 4. Yep, he hits. Wounding on a 3. He wins -1. AP -1. So what does he need?
5 up.
Nope. He dies, so fortunately. This means I can now put my Rhino's firepower into one of the squads of Fire Warriors. So that's going to be the back squad with 4 remaining. That's 8 shots. 8 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s, of which I don't get any. Wounding on 3s. Ooh, that is only 2 wins. That's pretty horrendous. Oh no, no, I don't get mission tactics for them. So 2, and he saves them both. Okay, that was not that plan either. We'll put the bikers then. My plan was to rinse a few of them with the rhinos and put the bikers into the squad of 5, I believe. Fire Warriors?
Yeah.
Who I really need to kill because otherwise they get... do you know what? Let's shoot the unit of 5 because then I can charge the unit of 4 and I need to kill 1 less in this case. So let's put the Kraken bolts into them, so giving them AP -2. So we're hitting on 3s. Sorry, Vengeance bolts. Let's put the Vengeance bolts into the unit of 5. I should have moved them up. Rerolling 1s because I am in range of the captain, which was no use whatsoever. Wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s thanks to mission tactics, which is just as well. That is 2, 4, 6, 8 wounds at AP -2, so 8 6-ups.
Will be 5s, because it'll be cover.
Oh, your 4-up armour is normal, yeah, that's right, apologies. And I kill 4, oh, that is frustrating, I should have shot the unit of 4. Wow, your saves have been far too good this game so far. That really scuppers some of my plans, because I need to kill both those units to get the objective. Okay, well, we'll see what the rest of my lackluster shooting phase can achieve this turn, especially when I've got -1 to hit on one of my units. So my shooting continues. These 2 intercessors were actually in range of that lone guy, so I was able to do a single wound and kill him off, which was nice. So it means the chaplain and the bikers can charge in here and hopefully finish off these warriors with their attack, 4 remaining. Shooting over here, I've decided to put the 4 melter guns into Farsight, and the rest will be putting in Hellfire shells into this breacher squad here, trying to clear them out. So I am -1 to hit thanks to the Neuro Web Jammer system. So melter guns will be hitting on 4s. All hit. Wounding on 3s.
3s.
That's all wounds. So he's got a 4-up invuln.
Yeah.
We'll see what I can, although the way your saves have been going. He fails 2.
Do I want to command point 1? I wouldn't normally, because I'd probably want to save it for something else. But because it's Farsight, I kind of have to, don't I?
Yeah, okay. No, and he fails it, so that's 2d6 wounds. That is 9. That's enough to kill him, so that's good. And we'll do the rest of the bolter shots into the unit over here. So Farsight has been slain, bolter to the face after doing some glorious combat. And then we'll do the rest of the bolter shots into these guys, hoping to thin them down a little bit. Okay, this is getting beyond the joke now. So the unit here fired, managed to kill 2 of the breacher team here. My Watchmaster decided to fire at the here, hoping to plink off a couple of drones. Fired at the suits with his Hellfire shell, so wounding on a 2+, AP -1, 3 damage a shot. Both shots hit, and then I rolled a double 1 to wound, doing nothing at all. So with that, we will move on to the fight phase, or the charge phase. We'll start with the Rhino charging the Ghost Keel. So we can do the Overwatch, but it's probably not going to do much. So he's in, the Watch Captain will go in as well. You're unlikely to kill it off, but we'll do the Overwatch off camera. Here, the bikers are going to declare a charge on the Fire Warriors, and I may as well go on the guy as well, because if I roll low, I'm not going to be able to get in. So we'll do a multi-charge in there, and then the chaplain's going to go in as well, and then we'll come back and see on the other side of the battlefield if I can get anyone in. Hopefully get anyone into combat to take that objective after a horrendous shooting phase, absolutely abysmal. We'll see if I can survive to do some damage to the town combat, although he's got a lot of units left here to give me some reprisal firepower in his next turn. Over here, annoyingly for me, and continuing Mike's awesome rolling, the Overwatch did no damage, but he did hit with a photon grenade, meaning I am -1 to hit, which is going to be annoying for trying to finish them off. The Ghost Heal actually managed to do 4 wounds on the Rhino, so I was worried there we're going to have to come back and do the Overwatch. Over here, I'm going to declare a multi-charge from the Eversor onto the drones, and the commander over here, or the character, which means these guys will be able to Overwatch me. Yeah. It's risky, but in all honesty, I think it's worth the risk. If I can steal those 2 points, I'm going to need as many points as possible in order to have a hope going into turn 3 this game. So if you want to do your Overwatch fire, yeah, we will hopefully have an alive assassin. I've got 2 CP left, so I can reroll for the charge or one of my saves potentially, although I'll probably just save it for the charge, but we'll see.
Heavy rail rifles.
Heavy rail rifles. All miss. That's quite fortunate for me.
Fireblade, I should have done the Marklight first, but it's not important anymore.
Yep.
Am I within 15
of
this guy?
No, I'd need a 15-inch charge, so he's just out.
Fire a Marklight then?
Nope, misses with a Marklight. 24 shots with the missiles. 1 came off the table, so roll. So that is 3 hits. 4 hits. It's not so bad. It's not going to kill him, but that is strength.
Strength 5.
4 wounds. This could be nasty, but I think he's got 5.
6.
6. Okay, he's sorted then. I do fail 3 though, continuing my great run of rolling. He takes 3 wounds, so he's down to 3, and then I need a 15-inch to get into the character, or I can save those last 2 CP in order to attack again. If I can wipe out the drones with 1 round of shooting, or 1 round of combat, which given the way my dice have been loving you and hating me, I don't know if that will be possible. I can consolidate in here and steal this objective for 2 CP. So let's see how far I can go on 3d6. And the way things are going, I'll fail on the drones on a 9. No, I make an 11. So what I'll probably do is try and pile in the veterans as well. And the Watchmaster, because if I can kill the drones with them, then I can pile in and get the commander, I'm hoping, or the, whatever he's called, the marksman. So we'll come back with the rest of my charges. Quick correction there for all you shouting in the comments. We just realised that I obviously can't declare him as the target of a charge because he's over 12 inches away. So we will make it that the Eversor is back on 6 wounds, because they couldn't have overwatched. But I also, if I pile in, I cannot select him as a target, but I can contest this objective to stop him scoring it, so that is another plan. We'll see if the veterans can get into combat with the drones. I may as well push up as far as possible, try and get in range, or at least into cover. If I can get into cover or behind line of sight to force him. So we'll do the charge there. They need a 9. That is 8. Is that worth the CP reroll? It probably is if I can get them into cover or out of line of sight. Let's go for it. Come on, Dice Gods, you owe me this game. 4, that's enough to get in. We'll see if the Watchmaster can follow them in. And he does, he also makes it in. We're going to also charge here with my captain, but we'll need to do the overwatch and see if he survives that, and we'll come back to that. This trend just simply keeps going. So charging in here, both suits overcharged, taking 2 mortal wounds, so leaving 1 and 1 remaining. Got 4 hits in Overwatch, 4 wounds. I failed 2 saves, my 2 4-up invuns, so it's D3 damage, so with 5 wounds. And he only takes 2. That is fortunate for me.
I'm not CPing it.
He's not CP because you won't kill him, and I will get in. Although, saying that, I mean, I don't know what the odds are of me killing your drones. Just killing the drones. But you've got 1 and 1 wound, so I might get lucky. Do you know what? Let's just go for it. This unit is going to attempt a 9-inch charge on the squad here as well.
Okay.
I may as well, because otherwise they're dead anyway. I may as well try and take you out.
So this is strength 5 -1?
Nope.
This is all strength 4 with no AP.
Again with the... You don't even need the Overwatch on 5s.
Oh, nothing.
And nothing. Okay, so we'll see him again. I have no CP rerolls left.
He is within supporting 5.
But can he see?
I can't see you.
Okay, so that makes no odds. Although, unless I get really lucky, which let's... Well, I got 2 9-inch charges, so I can't complain too much. Can I make it 3? No, I cannot. That's a 4, so that's fine. At least I didn't lose any. Bit of the tactical thinking here. So I will attack with the veterans and the Watchmaster first, because if the assassin doesn't kill... If all the drones aren't killed, then the assassin cannot consolidate towards the objective and cannot tie it up. So we'll do the attacks for the veterans and for the Watchmaster in order to see what I can do. We'll go first with the Watchmaster and see if I can do some damage with my Guardian Spear. So 2s to hit, re-rolling. Yep. Strength 3, so 3's, strength 5, sorry, so 3's to wound, 6's do a mortal wound. And that is 4 wounds but no mortal wounds, 4 at -3. He's got 4-up invuns, he fails 2, and that's...
D3 each, isn't it?
Yep, D3 each plus 1.
I think the Bane Bolts is just his bolt gun.
Oh yeah, sorry, the Bane Bolts. No, it's plus 1 damage, it applies to both. They did FAQ this.
What, the Bane Bolts?
The Bane Bolts apply to both, I believe. We'll double check that, but let's say D3. So 1 does 2, 1 does 3. We'll just double check that it applies to both. So it does only apply to special issue ammo. So 1 did 3 and 1 did 1. So 1 wound to ignore it. He does not. So that's 1 dead, and the next one is another dead, thankfully. Your drone saves have been incredible. So yeah, we'll consolidate him in here, and we'll do the rest of the pile-ins and moves for the veterans. Okay, this is just getting painful at this point. So my attacks, I managed to kill all but 2. My Vanguard veteran did 3 wounds on a drone. He made 2 invuns and then his Feel No Pain. The Terminator did a wound and he made 2 wounds. He made 1 invun and 1 Feel No Pain. He has made about 10 Feel No Pains in their 1 round of combat. So I am going to consolidate round out into cover and out of line of sight, but that does scupper my plan. The Eversor is going to have to pile into the drones, and he won't be able to get into range of the objective. So unfortunately that play has been neutered, thanks to, quite frankly, ridiculous invulnerables and Feel No Pains. I swear, he only failed, what, 3 wounds?
Yeah.
Out of 21 attacks from the veterans, rerolling to hit. That's a ridiculous level of Feel No Pains and saves, which is quite frankly demoralising. I think it's just cost me the game at this point. A horrendous shooting phase coupled with... And it's my dice. I can't even blame your dice. My dice just don't roll this for me. So we'll do the Eversor. He has to pile into them, which means he won't get into range of the objective, annoyingly. And
so if you kill those two, because the Avatar has a special rule saying you can consolidate 6.
Yep.
You can.
Oh, I didn't realise that. Okay, that'll be handy. But the way
You gotta kill him first.
the way my rolling's been going, the way your rolling's been going, I'm not holding hopes. Hitting on 2s, and I roll 3 1s. Wounding on 3s, that is 5 wounds. If you make all of these, I'm gonna be livid. You better die. And he fails 2 only, and then 5 ups. I think it's single damage. He makes 1, so you need to remove him, and then I get 1 more attack because of my special rules. He hits. He fails to win. He wins. Die. These drones have soaked up half my army's firepower. He fails to save. If you make this again, I'm going to lose it. No, he died. So the Everstar...
I've got a CP.
You've used it already, I believe. No?
Not for a reroll.
Okay. He decided not to spend that CP reroll, so I can consolidate and at least... I don't get the points, but I can at least contest it. We'll do the rest of the combats. Which will... If they don't go better than that, you might just see me break down on camera and weep openly. We'll do the rest of the combats. I assume you're not spending the CP to interrupt. We'll do the rest, see what I can come back with. Okay. The commander hit 4 times with the ghost kill, managed to only win twice on a 3+. He failed 1 save, but used his CP reroll to pass. So the commander did, the captain did nothing on the ghost kill. Fortunately, over here, the combination of the bikers and the chaplain were able to kill off the fire warriors to get me this objective. The rhino gets D3 attacks. He gets 2 attacks. Nope, he doesn't do anything.
Rerolling if you got the chaplain.
I don't think he's in range, but it doesn't matter anyway. No. Over here, with my relic blade, I got 4 hits. Wounding on a 3, I managed 1 wound out of 4. And it got passed on to a drone, which died, so highly successful. Combat over here, the 5 attacks from the crisis suits, he hit with 4 of them. And 3 wounds. Fortunately, I've made all my armour saves, because losing the captain in combat against the Tau would have been ridiculous. Over here, the ghost kill did a wound, but I saved it. One of the bikers took a wound from the fire blade. So we have some morale. Those stupid drones are...
One's running.
One's running, so all good. Only 1 left to completely scupper all my plans. I think that's it for morale. So as repeated, it's 11 points to 4, Deathwatch turn 2. I'm technically winning. I don't feel like it, but technically that's the case. We will come back to you with the... let's see what the objective will be this turn. Objective 5, which is over here next to my Razorback. So we could be seeing some firepower going into the Razorback perhaps this turn. Maybe. To see if anything can go grab it from them. Time movement phase, the crisis suits here fell back towards the objective. The commander and the breacher team moving up towards the central objective on the pad. The Riptide moving over, you did an overcharge with him?
I did.
You did.
Gun.
For his gun. The squad moving up here. The drones and other units moving up here. The broadside staying where they are. Over here, the Pathfinders moving up towards my units. The Ghost Kill falling back towards the objective because it's still alive. Infuriatingly. And the Fireblade falling back from combat. So that is the movement so far for the Tau. Let's see what's going to go in the shooting phase. Yep. We will start with whom?
We'll start with this this marker light dude.
Okay, he's going to light up.
Still light up that squad over there.
Okay, he's going to fire at the squad over here.
Yep. One of these dice. He's trying to hold the dice away from me, so I can't roll them.
Gosh, yeah. No, I'm trying to get my curses on them for your turn. He hits. So that's a marker light on them. Let's spend my last CP and get rid of that.
Okay.
That's my last CP because
really
the
nice. Pathfinders
can't see them to fire on at them, so he's not going to get any more marker lights on them. What about the Pathfinders?
They are not going to fire their marker lights.
Oh, okay.
So we'll save them for a bit.
That's fine. We'll do some more.
Can't fire because he fell back. So.
Yeah, so we'll do some more firepower. Come back to you with a couple of selected shots because otherwise it's going to take way too long if we film everything. We'll see who is surviving at the end. This team here fired at the Eversur, doing like 12 wounds and killing him. I need to see if he blows up, which I thought was automatic, but isn't a 4-up. So probably should have saved my CP for this. But we'll see. Hopefully he can blow up and do some damage. He does blow up, so he does D3 mortal wounds to everyone within 6 inches. We will measure that up, which is probably a couple of my squads as well. So we'll do it for the Crook character first. Does 2 mortal wounds.
Cool. The
Fireblade gets 2 mortal wounds as well. The drones get 1 mortal wound, which they will now save. Nope, 1 dies. This unit, I don't think are in range. The Fire Warriors, are they?
No.
No, not quite as my unit. Nope, just out. So that is fine. Oh, they are in. So my veterans will take 2 mortal wounds, annoyingly. So that's 2 die. That's a bit frustrating. But we have taken some wounds off these characters. Oh no, and are they in range? The broadsides? Let's just say yes.
Yeah, they look close enough.
See. And the broadsides take 1 mortal wound.
Okay.
Let's just re-roll that till I get a 6. So that is the Eversword dead as well, so he's no longer contesting that objective, not that he was anyway. Shooting continues for the Tau. The warriors here did only a single wound on the intercessors. The Riptide fires his smart missiles at the bikers, doing no damage. 1 wound, but saved it. His main gun fired at the veterans here. The Terminator tanked a couple before succumbing, and again, just awful saving throws. Saw 3 veterans. I failed 3 out of 4 4-up saves to lose half the squad. The broadsides are now going to fire their rail rifles into the Razorback, hoping to kill that, and the SMS into the veterans beside them, which I imagine I'll be picking them up given the way it's been going. So the rail rifles hitting on 4s. That's only 1 hit, so wounding on 3s, I presume. And he fails to wound. Wow. So good set of rolls from there. Keeps the Razorback relatively safe. And now the smart missile systems, if you could just do that again, that would be delightful. So yeah, a lucky reprieve there from what we were expecting to be a dead Razorback. So it's swinging both ways at the moment. Not so at this point. So that's quite a number of hits for the smart missile systems into my veterans. Wounding on 3s, so that's a number of wounds. No AP?
No AP.
But no, well, I'm not in cover anyway. So I've got 5 guys, 6 guys left. Apologies, 6 guys left. And I'll lose 4.
Just as good as my rolls.
Yeah, that's the way this has been going. Let's leave a combi melter and the storm shield, just in case I actually survive enough to do something with them, although morale's going to be an issue for them at this point. If any more die, I think the commander's going to go try and pop the Razorback.
Yeah, gonna have to.
Yeah, we'll see how effective this is going to be.
So 1 gun at a time. He takes a mortal wound.
He takes a mortal wound. You're overcharging, I presume.
Yeah.
This is a good number of hits so far. Nope, so that's 8 hits. Wounding on 5s, any chance?
It's 3s, and because of my warlord trait, I reroll 1s.
Yeah, so that is all. Minus?
6 minus 1.
Okay, so it's not so bad. D3 damage? Okay, so I might survive this. 4. 4 get through, annoyingly. He's not going to die. Well, he might do. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 wounds, so he's not going to die from that, but he might die overall. So good round of shooting there. Terrible round of saves from me. I think that's your shooting done though. Oh no.
Got those two.
Oh yeah, sorry, the crisis suits can still fire. And over here, so we'll come back and see if they can finish off the Razorback. Shooting phase, these Pathfinders fired their rifles. The rear two here had to fire at the Intercessors because they were closer than the Chaplain. Did manage to do 2 wounds and I failed a 2-up save, so 1 died because he was on 1 wound left. Rest of the shots put 4 wounds into the Chaplain, he took another 1. The Ghost Keel fired its Cyclone Iron Blaster, whatever it's called, into the Rhino, managed to take it down to a single wound. But not destroy it. He then fired at the Flamer at the Bikers, doing no damage. Over here, the Crisis Suits fired. They didn't overcharge, perhaps foolishly, and fired into the Razorback, but 2 wounds, which I made both saves. So now we are owed a morale, so I lost 8 in this squad.
Hold on, I do have a combat.
Oh yeah, we've assaulted. Okay, so there is going to be an assault phase, of which we will see. So, what's going to assault?
We're going to take the squad into this fella.
Yep, that makes sense. Overwatch, fire, see if I can do any damage. That's surprising me, but fair enough. Nope, nothing in Overwatch, and they're probably going to make it in. Yeah, 7 inches more than enough to make it in. We'll move that. I'm going to heroically intervene with my Chaplain into the Fireblade. Moving him up. My Watch Captain's just out of range. He's just out of 3-inch range, so no, nothing else there. This guy's out of range as well, I believe.
Drone will charge the Razorback.
Okay, the drone's going to charge the Razorback just to tie up the shooting. We'll see if I can finally finish off these bloody drones. So the Bolter gets 2 hits. No. And 1 wound, and this is where he saves it. Nope. No, the drone dies. So the drone is finally wiped out.
Damn it.
And stops me from firing. Well, I assume that was to prevent me firing next turn as opposed to grabbing the objective. So we'll do the movement for this squad and we'll come back to you with the fight phase. Yeah. So we did the fight phase. The breachers here did a wound on the Primaris Intercessor, which I saved. The Intercessor killing 1 reply. The Chaplain was able to put 2 wounds on the Fireblade for nothing in return. Well, 1 wound, 2 damage. And that is it so far for the Tau. So I do have some strength left that can hopefully do some damage. We need a morale for these because I kept one of the combi melters on. I think a sergeant can take a combi melter. Yeah. So I'm leadership 9 and I lost 8. So on a 1 I'm good. Nope, 4, that's a failed, so re-roll. 3, nope, squad's wiped. So the squad's gone. I probably should have kept the Terminator alive to pass morale, but there we go. That's what's going to happen. So we'll go on to my. Remember that turn 3, so it's objective 5. So I want to grab this objective, which means killing at least one of these suits. Given they have no drones left, hopefully that will be achievable. Still got a decent force over here, able to move up and grab the objective. Hopefully I'll be able to do some damage there. And I've still got some decent firepower and combat ability over here. So I'm hoping I can finally deal with this Ghost Keel and do some damage. So we'll come back with my turn 3 and what I decide to do. My movement phase, I move up this squad to here with the Watch Captain. I move the Captain over here, the Razorback remaining stationary in order to fire at full effect. Fell back the Intercessor from combat over here. Moved out this unit to get into rapid fire range with my Kraken bolts to fire at these guys here. Worked out that the Fireblade is not in range, so unless he kills my Chaplain, consolidates in, I'm going to get this objective because I have 2 models here. The Captain gave up on the ghost kill, trying to kill that. So he's moved over to deal with these guys, and the bikers moved up as well to put some shots into either the breacher team or perhaps even into this squad if I can kill off enough drones with my firepower. So shooting phase, we will start with the I think we'll start with the watch captain. He'll throw a... You've got a 3-up armor save?
Yeah.
Oh, probably worth doing a crack grenade because you're toughness 5.
Probably, yeah. Yeah,
crack grenade. So there's 1-on-1 wound, so in case the last cannons go through to kill the final one, we've got 1-on-1 wound, so we'll do a crack grenade into him. He hits. He wounds not on a 2. So we will put the Storm Bolter into the guy on the single wound, hitting on 3s. Well, into the squad as such,
well, you've
but...
got 3 wounds left, so you're actually...
Oh yeah, I'm hitting on 5, so that is 1... I forgot about that. Yeah, maybe I won't kill him, so that's fine. If I can take care of 1 at least, so 5s to wound, nothing, and the 2 las cannons, completely forgot about that. I need to kill at least 1 of them, or else the objective's contested, which is fine. I get 1 hit. And of course I fail to wound. Awesome, absolutely awesome. So my chance, I need to kill 1 in combat, basically. I need to charge in, hope he doesn't kill me in Overwatch, which he almost did last time, and then see if I can get in there. So we'll do the rest of my shooting phase and see what I've got, if I can do any damage. That's frustrating, because if I can I need to kill at least 1 of them, so hopefully my combat rolls will be a bit better than last time. Maybe I will assault the Razorback in first, although if it dies I've completely lost, so probably just hope the captain survives and he doesn't have an amazing Overwatch turn yet again. After much debate, the squad here fired into the breacher team, was it?
Strike team.
Strike team over here. Figuring that if I was going to charge the drones they could support and fire. Managed to completely obliterate them and forgot to do a single grenade. I'll do a frag grenade, 1 shot into the drones, which hits and doesn't wound. That's fine. Watchmaster did well. He fired his Bane bolts into the Riptide with the 2+ shells, doing 2 wounds. Failed both armor saves, and so 6 wounds. Gone from the Riptide. Not too bad at all. Squad here, veterans, fired up, killing a couple of these. The bikers just managed to draw line of sight to them and wipe them out. So I'll be holding this objective just out of rapid fire range. The charge phase, we're going to do a couple of charges now, I think. The bikers and the captain are going to go into this squad here. I think... Oh, is it worth putting the... I don't think it's worth putting the Rhino in, because if you do kill him in Overwatch, I could stop you charging me, but I'd rather hear him survive to hold the objective. And I'm probably going to do some charges over here with the watch, with the captain, and over here. So I'll do my charges and come back to you with who gets in and who dies in Overwatch. Interesting charge phase. So over here, the veterans made it in with a great 12-inch roll to the drones and the 2 characters. Watchmaster charged all of them as well. Over here, the captain charged in. One of the crisis suits killing itself in Overwatch, but managing to do a single wound, which got past my invul, and took 2 of his remaining 3 wounds, with no CPs left on either side. So I've got a captain on 1 wound. If he can kill the suit, he's got... Well, I've got the objective, but if the suit can somehow kill the commander, that will work out. Over here, the bikers multi-charge the... broadsides and the breacher team, Pathfinders, sorry, simply reasoning that if they rolled high enough, the broadsides were going to overwatch them anyway because of support and fire, but if I could get in and tag them, but unfortunately I failed enough saves. The captain got in okay. So with that, we'll move on to the fight phase. I think I'll start over here with no points to interrupt. We'll start with the watch captain into the Fireblade. We'll just put everything into him. So hitting on 2s with rerolls. Yep, wounding on 3s. Yeah, that's 4 at -3.
Yeah, right, goes straight through.
Goes straight through, so D3 damage. Yeah, he's definitely dead. So that kills him. Rest of the combat's here. The Vanguard Veteran killed the Crook character. Again, just 4 up invuns, 5 up feel no pains. Only killed 3 of the drones. Unfortunately, not enough to consolidate into them. The captain over here, completely fluffed. All 4 attacks hit, but then I rolled 3 ones to wound. And I don't get rerolls because these are Pathfinders. Slightly out of sequence, but over here the chaplain killed off the Fireblade. And over here we thought we'd show this combat. So my 4 attacks going into the last crisis suit. That is... Oh, only 3 hits. Can I roll as horrendous as before? 3's to win. Nope, 3 wins at -3. Dead.
He's dead.
Yep, he's dead, so that allows that to die. So, I don't think there's any morale to take. Oh no, the drones probably need morale.
Yeah, the drones morale. What do they get?
Oh, off the table. 4, 7.
Lost 3, 1.
Okay, so 1 more drone flees. Yeah. But at this turn, I will score. So going into turn 3, you currently control no objectives.
Nope.
And I control 2 points for objective 5 and every other objective. Yep. So that gives me 6 points, taking it to 17 points to 4 for the Deathwatch. So quite a commanding lead. We'll see going into turn 4 for the Tau what they can do to reply and jump on and grab some more objectives. So we'll come back with Mike's turn 4. Turn 4 movement for the Tau. The Riptide moved up towards this unit. We rolled objective 1, which is the one here. So the drones fell back from combat, attempting to put all his firepower into this squad here to try and kill them. The commander moved up towards my last intercessor. The strike squad fell back from combat, whereas the Ghost Kill moved back slightly. So we'll come back with a summary of the firepower, because I think this video is running a bit long. We'll come back with a summary for the firepower for the Tau phase. Part 1 of the Tau shooting phase, the Ghost Kill overcharged, fired his flamer at the Rhino, doing 2 wounds, but I made both armour saves. He overcharged into the chaplain, only doing a single wound, which I saved, and he also took a mortal wound himself, so down to 1 wound. The commander here fired 2 cyclic iron blasters at these veterans, wounding 4 times, but I made all my saves. He fired 1 into the Rhino, doing 3 wounds. I saved 2. I saved only 1, and he destroyed it. Now going to roll. If this blow explodes, I have no CP left, and my captain is on 1 wound. So we thought we'd film this roll. If I roll a 6, this could be big. No! So, why did I have to film this? Why did I have to do this? So the Rhino is destroyed, and the resulting explosion will kill off the commander. My captain. Damn, that was a good roll. So now all that we've got left to shoot is all this firepower over here, going into my veterans, hoping to clear them off this objective. So that was quite a good result there for that. So we'll see what I can do. Quick errata, forgot to mention earlier. When the Eversur explodes, the explosion only affects enemy units, according to the rules. So we did realise that, and we put back the 2 veterans that died thanks to that. So I'm a full strength squad of 10 at the moment. Let's see if that remains true after the firepower from these units come in. End of the Tau shooting phase. Forgot to mention the Riptide did an overcharge, so he's down to 4 wounds. Fired in, only killing a couple. 1 broadside fired its rail rifle at the Rhino, destroying it, but it didn't blow up and take out the Ghost Kill, unfortunately. The rest fired into the veterans, doing 3 wounds, 2 of which were mortal wounds on 6s, but the Storm Shield thankfully tanked the other 3. The SMS did brutally well, killing all but 3 of the veterans. I decided not to take them on the Terminator because on the off chance I lost him, morale would be a big issue. So I have 3 left, which is fine. Still holding the objective. Do you have any charges?
Yeah, I'll be making 2 charges.
You'll be making 2 charges, so who's going in?
This guy will go into this squad.
Yeah, and
this guy will go into that guy.
yeah. And then in that case I'm going to heroically intervene with my chaplain to try and take out the ghost kill. So we will do the overwatch, see if I can do any damage. Combat, the Stormbolters actually managed to take a wound in Overwatch. The commander made it in okay. Again, forgetting to mention, he fired at the Razorback and took 2 mortal wounds himself from firing at the Razorback and the veteran, so he's down to 2. Over here, the Watch Captain's going to heroically intervene. He wasn't declared as a target, but simply because he didn't want to eat the Overwatch. And he's going to go after my veterans to try and kill them off that objective because they're troops. So we'll do the combats. The Riptide, I assume, striking first. Only 2 attacks for the Riptide, hitting once.
1 wound.
1 wound from the Riptide. Any AP?
No AP.
No AP. So let's... Is it single damage?
Yeah.
Let's take this on the Terminator. That is fine. End of the combat phase. The Vanguard veteran actually managed to put a couple of wounds on the Riptide. The Terminator did a wound, but it was passed off to a drone who then saved it. The veteran and the Watchmaster did no damage. Annoyingly, no pistols in that unit to try and take you out, so he's left on 1 wound remaining. The commander here did 2 wounds on the Intercessor, and I failed both armour saves, which was super good. And then the combat over here was a stalemate. No damage to the Ghost Keel. Couldn't roll high enough to wound it, so hopefully I can do some damage with my pistol in the shooting phase. So at the end of the Tau turn 4, he's currently holding 1 objective. I'll probably want to stay in combat here to try and kill this. Annoyingly, because I was hoping to go after the broadsides, but we'll see. So I'll come back to you with the movement phase for the Deathwatch on turn 4. End of my movement phase. I moved this veteran squad back into cover to hold this objective, as I don't want them getting shot off the table. Left the squad here in combat, hopefully being able to take out this Riptide. It does mean I will, maybe if I kill them, I'll be able to tag the broadsides. If I do, the Watch Captain moved into the cover of the ruins here so that you can assault the broadsides without suffering the overwatch fire of the rail rifles. The SMS will still get them because they don't need line of sight. Kept the chaplain in combat. Shooting phase is going to be pretty light, so I'll just do it here. I'm going to fire a pistol from the chaplain into the ghost keel, wounding on 2s. Is he still -1 to hit?
Not from within 6. So no.
Okay, so he's hitting on a 3. He hits, he wounds on a 2. He wounds, that's 1 wound. Can I kill him with my...
No.
No, he survives. So that, I believe, is all my shooting, because everything else is out of line of sight or out of in combat. Charges, we will do the Watch Captain is going to charge into the broadside, so he will get to Overwatch with the SMS. So the Captain took a single wound from the SMS in Overwatch. He made his charge, you only need a 3. So 4 attacks, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, 1, 2, wounding on 3s as well into the broadsides. And that's 3 wounds on the broadside, so he's got 3 drones left, fortunately.
I'll do 2 drones.
2 drones. No, 1 doesn't.
Yep, so the drone is dead, and then the save of 5
minus 3, so yeah, 5 up.
Nope,
so that's 4 damage.
About 4, yeah, and then onto a drone. Yes, onto a drone. The drone does not sponge it, so 2 drones dead.
2 drones dead, leaving 1. I think he's saving the last one to
1 wound.
1 down to a single wound, so not bad. At least I've stopped them shooting, which was the main point. At the end of the fight phase, the Ghost Kill was actually killed. The Vanguard Veteran did no wounds. The Terminator did a wound, which was passed on to the last drone. Then the Veteran managed to do a wound, and Mike failed his 2+ save, so his luck has turned around. Killing the Riptide. The broadsides then consolidated into this veteran squad, but did no damage to either the captain or the veterans. The Ghost Kill did no damage, and I got 3 hits with the chaplain but couldn't roll high enough to take his remaining wound. So at the end of turn 4, I'm going to score 2 points for objective 1 and 1 point for here to give me 3. So that takes it to 20 points to the Deathwatch to 4 for the Tau. So plus having neutralised his firepower here, he's going to score... Oh no, sorry, you get 1 objective. Apologies, you do have 1.
Yep.
So that's 20 to 5.
The first time since turn 1.
Yep. And the strike team will take this objective from me. You'll probably hold on to this one, and it's whether or not you can get any more. So we'll go on to turn 5 and see what the Tau can do to try and bring some points back. Tau movement phase on turn 4, the broadsides fell back, the commander just moved a bit over here, the Pathfinders moving up towards the objective, making sure to stay out of range while the Ghost Kill fell back. That's the movement phase. We'll come back with a summary of the shooting phase, of which there will be some, but not a huge amount. Summary of the Tau turn, he put marker lights into the chaplain and the watch captain and the chaplain, getting 1 marker light on each. The rest of the squad fired their rifles at the chaplain, and the Ghost Kill fired at it as well, but only managed a single wound. He did overcharge but didn't kill himself. The commander fired everything into my warlord, getting 9 hits and 8 wounds, again overcharging but not killing himself. And then out of those 8 wounds, I failed 5 of my invuns. So it was enough to kill him. And so that is Warlords at the end of the Tau turn 5.
Yes, another point.
1 more point. So 20 points to 6 at the moment. And it's my remaining turn 5. I will see what I can do. And we need to try and get objective 4, which I'm not going to be able to do, I don't think. I simply don't have enough firepower left to clear the strike squad off. So that'll be another 2 points. As well or not, I can do some damage to these broadsides, and it's worth charging them in. Movement phase, the Watchmaster is moving up towards these guys to try and kill them. I'm going to leave the guys on the objective, I think. I'm going to leave my veterans so I can score that. These guys are moving out to get some shots, the Pathfinders, and the chaplain is moving up on the Pathfinders there. So I will do my shooting and come back to you with a summary of that. Shooting phase, the veterans fired over, killing 4 Pathfinders. The chaplain fired his pistol at the Ghost Kill, hitting him wounding, but he refuses to fall. The Watchmaster actually managed to kill off 1 of the broadsides after they failed their armour save and his 2 up shells. The other squad doing nothing. So in the charge phase, I think I'm going to charge the chaplain into the strike squad.
Do you want to just charge both? Because they're going to both fire 8.
I may as well, yeah, I'll do both. And I think I'm going to put the Watchmaster into the broadsides here. Okay. Not going to charge the unit because I need to hold that objective and I don't want them to die to Overwatch. So we'll do the Overwatch, we'll do the charge rolls and see if anything survives to strike. Oh dear, the chaplain fell to the flamer of the Ghost Kill. Didn't have to fire his overcharged weapon, so we don't know if he'd kill himself. Watchmaster taking a 1 wound from the rear rifle, which took 4 damage from him. Luckily the SMS all missed, so he managed to make it in. We will roll his attacks now, hitting on 2s with the Watchmaster. Wounding on, what's your toughness?
5.
So wounding on 4s.
Yeah.
That is 3 wounds, AP -3.
Cool.
So 3 5-ups.
Yep. 6-5, 3-5 ups.
And these will be D3 damage each. If he makes... And he makes 2! So D3 damage, could kill one maybe?
No.
No, he's got 5 wounds, but I can hurt them. That's cocked. Yeah, still 3, so he takes him down to 2, but more importantly stops him from shooting this turn, which is a big deal for me. So at the end of my turn, I...
Whoa.
Oh no, attacks back, apologies. He could kill me, that's true. I think I have 2 wounds remaining.
Okay, maybe not.
Maybe you won't.
1 wound.
1 wound, 2 up armour. Yeah, he's good. So, the end of the turn, I score 3 points. I get 2 for this objective, and I get 1 for this objective. Oh no, sorry, it's not. I only score 2 points because it's objective 4 this turn. So I score 2 points, you score 3. Taking that to 22 points to 9, I believe. 9 points, because you got Slay the Warlord as well. So 20 points to 9, and we roll to see if the game ends, which it does on a 3+. Yeah. Game ends, so that is line breaker for me. So that takes it to 23 points to 8 for the Deathwatch, which in all honesty is not what I was expecting when this game started. So we'll come back to you. Thanks to Mike for a great game. I know this video's running long, but we'll do a quick after battle thoughts. We're back now with some of our thoughts on the battle. I think the main one that both Mike and I decided on was that he really should have chosen to go second. Because I had the second turn, well, my first turn, everything was hidden, pretty much.
Yeah.
Your first turn firepower was wasted, but you get to bring your reserves in first. Meant that I could really just react to your plays, and had you gone second, I think any time I went for an objective, you would have just blown me off it easily. So I think for this mission, going second, if you can afford to, definitely helps. Because your first turn shooting phase was pretty lacklustre.
Yeah.
You made up for it turn 2, I thought. Turn 2, you had a really good shooting phase, whereas mine was pretty horrendous. But I think we're discussing, the game really did swing from turn 3, when I was able to do a couple of plays, lucky plays, don't get me wrong, with the Eversor to come and steal this objective or contest it. Scoring quite a few points, so turn 1 it was 7-4, turn 2 it went to 11-4, and then again some lucky surviving units and objective play. Turn 3 it was 17-4, so a big lead. Some issues, like your firepower was still pretty impressive. I think turn 2 you wiped out like 4 squads, full squads of mine. But luckily I had a few tricks, some squads able to survive, do some damage. Your crisis suits really didn't do much of anything.
They were garbage this game.
MVP I think we decided was the ghost kill.
Don't know how it survived so long.
Which it took so much punishment. Really quite fortunate. For me, I'm not sure. The Stormbolter veterans were good, but not incredible.
Watchmaster, it's got to be.
Watchmaster did kill the
6 wounds on the riptide from his Bane Bolt.
That's true. His
totally
one
bracketed it.
Yeah, his shot with the Bane Bolts helped. Then my lone veteran over here who finished off a ghost kill valiantly, where his Terminator and Vanguard veteran colleague finished. Tying up your broadsides for the last 3 turns was helpful. Because otherwise they would have decimated me and maybe allowed you to bring the points back, because with sudden death, not sudden death in effect, with acceptable casualties, you would have had maybe a turn or 2 of scoring, but not...
probably not enough.
Not the mobility. Although your commander probably could have used this central point to go and grab whatever objective was activated for that turn. Overall, I like this mission. I'm a big fan. I'm normally not a fan of Eternal War missions, but progressive scoring in them is, I think, really good. Because if it was just endgame, well, it probably would have been a draw. But you would have a draw because you would have got Warlord and I would have got Linebreaker, and we each held 2. Yeah, this veteran squad here pretty much hid for the entire game. But, you know, they got me the points. Popping out when they needed to fire. So that wasn't too bad. So overall, I think it's a really fun game. Not the way I thought it was going to go in the first 2 turns with your indestructible drones when you just kept making. So for me, I think one of the highlights was the exploding Razorback killing my Watchmaster, my Watch Captain holding the objective. If only the Rhino in combat with the when you destroyed the Rhino, if that had blown up and taken the Ghost Keel, 2 explosions killing 2 units, I think that would have been awesome. But sadly, the Dice Gods did not see the funny side of that one. So not too bad overall. I think quite a fun game. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good bit of back and forth and tactical play, certainly with your drone removals and things like that to stop me grabbing objectives. But yeah, again, game 1 thanks to OBSEC. Objective secured, really just...
Any mission that will make you want to go second instead of first in like 8th edition, I think is an amazing...
Yeah, I would agree. It really... Had you decided to go second, this would have been a very different game. I wouldn't have got the charge on your Ghost Keel.
No.
I would have moved up my units. My firepower probably wouldn't have done much.
No.
But and you would have just blown me off the objectives. Whereas allowing me to react, to bring in my reserves, to go after the objectives uncontested, I think was a big deal. Yeah. So yeah, no, it was a good game. We didn't get the Farsight Watch Captain battle.
No.
We're home for.
You melted him to the face. That's your fault.
I did melt him, but you replied and melted my captain, my Watch Captain. I think putting him in the centre and running him up the board, he would have just died and given up. Whereas I mean, in all honesty, he really didn't achieve much. Like, he was good, but he couldn't kill the Ghost Keel because you're in Vun saves, and then he killed...
One Pathfinder.
He killed 1 Pathfinder and 1 broadside the whole game.
He only wounded the broadside.
He did, he didn't even kill it. So my mighty Space Marine captain killed 1 Pathfinder the whole game. So, yeah, he'll be added to the honour rolls for that. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that game. If you do, sort of like and subscribe to the channel and check out the blog St Andrews Wargaming. And I will see you next time.